Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Friday, February 9th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. What a press conference. Oral arguments at the Supreme Court, Jets clip, and there's a football game this weekend. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, that press conference last night. So August of 2022, the FBI busted down the doors of Mar-a-Lago looking for classified documents. Then it turned out Joe Biden also had classified documents. Well, the report came back from special counsel Robert Hur, H-U-R, on Biden's classified documents and found that no criminal charges are warranted in this matter, even though they found classified documents in what they described as a mangled box inside his garage in Delaware. And he also gave those classified documents to the ghostwriter for his memoir. But here's the problem for Joe. One of the reasons why the special counsel suggested not prosecuting Biden was because of his, quote, significantly limited memory. He said, "We've also considered that at trial, Mr. Biden would likely present himself to the jury as a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. He did not remember even within several years when his son Beau died." So Biden held a press conference last night trying to defend his mental acuity. It didn't go well. His lawyer shot back to the special counsel. "We do not believe that the report's treatment of President Biden's memory is accurate or appropriate." So in short, the DOJ decided that Biden is not mentally fit enough to stand trial for mishandling classified documents, but he's fit enough to still be president. Also yesterday, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments on the question of whether or not Trump is eligible to run for president under the 14th Amendment Clause 3. It seems to be pretty much consensus that all the justices were at least skeptical of Colorado's argument that he should be left off the ballot. And there were some moments when the justices really embarrassed the lawyer representing Colorado. Some predictions are this could be a 9-0 decision in favor of Donald Trump. 2 JetBlue planes clipped their wings on the Boston runway. No injuries, but this has been happening way too frequently lately. Just at Boston's airport, this happened in March and June. On my radio show, we talked about a years-long class action lawsuit claiming that the FAA has intentionally taken underqualified people to be air traffic controllers in the name of diversity. There's a football game this weekend, 49ers versus the Chiefs, live from Las Vegas. Halftime show Usher. Game starts at 6:30 Eastern, and you can watch it on CBS and Paramount+. I am Mike Slater. Hope you have a great weekend. Bill O'Reilly has your message of the day. Next.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Friday, another week and another exposition of the President of the United States being in cognitive decline. Now, this is not a party thing or an ideology thing. This is a mental health thing. Anyone at this juncture who would deny that Joe Biden is in the early stages of dementia is lying. He is. Everybody knows it. So if he is the Democratic nominee for president, you would be voting for someone in November who is in cognitive decline. Does that make any sense that anybody would do that? So this week, we had a fundraiser here in New York City where Joe Biden showed up tying up traffic down in Delaware. He could have come at night. No, he has to come in the afternoon, torturing everybody. And he refers to his meeting with Helmut Kohl, the former president of Germany. The problem is that Mr. Kohl died in 2017. Last week, in another fundraiser, Mr. Biden talked about Mitterrand of France, the president, that he recently spoke with him. Well, Mitterrand died in 1996. Questions? I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Now let's go to the mail. Michael Hawkins, Orlando, Florida. I'm a regular listener, but maybe I missed your take on why the U.S. does not hold Mexico responsible for all the illegal immigration chaos, because Biden wants the migrants here. Why would you hold them responsible? Now, Trump said to Obrador or Nieto, I can't even remember who was in there, you better stop this, or we're going to come down and do some damage to you. And they stopped it. Helen Turner, Warren, Michigan. I'd like to sign up for concierge membership, but have a question. Spent a lot of time in Canada. Will be able to access everything? Well, I'm going to let Darren Lloyd in Calgary, Canada, answer your question, Helen. Can you please cover why this coming election will be different than the midterms? You see, Canada from the Yukon to Toronto is engaged with the No Spin News. No problem there. The stakes are much higher now than they were 2 years ago, and the country's in worse shape. That's the difference. John Buckwalter, Scottsdale, Arizona. Will RFK be on the ballot, or will the Democrats figure out a way to eliminate him? Democrats have nothing to do with it. RFK's organization have to get on in each state. There's ways you have to do it. Whether he'll get the signatures to get on, I don't know. But Democrats aren't involved with that. It's the states. Todd Dillon, Excelsior, Minnesota. I've been fascinated by the podcast Who Killed JFK with Rob Reiner and Soledad O'Brien. I know you read Killing Kennedy. Do you buy into the podcast? Of course not. It's more conspiracy stuff. If you want to know what happened to John F. Kennedy, you read Killing Kennedy. And that's what happened. We prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. In a moment, something you might not know. Our freedoms should never be taken for granted. They must be cherished, protected, and defended. When corporations pander to the liberal agenda, they must be punished. When corporations stand up for conservative values, they should be supported. This brings me to Freedom 2.0, the bottled water company that proudly represents us. They have hilarious sayings on each bottle like, "This water ain't woke," and "bottled with liberal tears." Use the code BILL for a 15% discount and subscribe to Freedom 2.0. We must never discount freedom, but we can discount water as long as you use the code BILL. Please visit freedom20.com to order now. That's freedom, the number 2, the letter O.com. Freedom20.com, use code BILL for 15% off. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 60 years ago today, a pop group from Liverpool, England, appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show. They would become the biggest band on the planet. The Beatles had arrived. Here is the story. After making it big in the UK, the Fab Four, as they were called, was scheduled to perform on The Sullivan Show for 3 consecutive Sundays. Prior to their television debut, advance copies of their single, "I Want to Hold Your Hand," were shipped across America to DJs. The group sold 1 million albums before the first month. After announcing the gig, CBS received 50,000 ticket requests. Just 700 were available. For weeks, the country's most famous celebrities were calling in favors to get seats. Walter Cronkite scored some tickets. Composer Leonard Bernstein did not. Richard Nixon's 15-year-old daughter, Julie, was one of the lucky few to watch the broadcast in person. On February 9th, 1964, millions of Americans tuned in to see the Beatles.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand when I say that something. I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand, I wanna hold your hand.
During the performance, audio technicians maxed Paul McCartney's microphone to drown out the screaming teenagers. The Beatles would remain the most popular act in America until calling it quits in 1970. Throughout their 10-year career, the group sold 1.6 billion single records, 600 million albums, 25 number one hits. Their 3 performances on The Sullivan Show featured 20 tunes, 7 of which became smash hits. And here's something else you might not know. By percentage of the population, the Beatles' first appearance on Ed Sullivan remains the most viewed broadcast in history. 50 million American households tuned in to watch the Beatles. Slightly more than tuned in to watch the lunar landing. Back after this. It's time to start taking care of your liver now. Data from the American Heart Association shows adults with fatty liver were 3.5 times more likely to have heart failure than those without. And the American Liver Foundation reports that 100 million Americans have fatty liver. Not good. When you throw bad things like alcohol, toxins, Tylenol, and more at your liver, it's no wonder it becomes sluggish and fatty. Your liver has been helping you with many key functions every day for your life. And it's time you help your liver now. Liver Health Formula is an all-natural supplement with clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect. Try Liver Health Formula, receive a free bottle of nano-powered omega-3 to keep your heart healthy. Please go to getliverhelp.com/bill. That's getliverhelp.com/bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.